It's just another Sharkman podcast.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Sharkman podcast, your chance to plug into all the latest news, movies and events in the Sharkman film franchise. I'm Jack and I'm here with this boy. He's got an award-winning smile. Is Ferg.
Hi there, guys. Hope you're all excited. It's the big day, and that's, of course, everything we're going to be talking about today. And it's all we've been talking about, of course, for the last couple of weeks or so. Tonight, it's the Sharkies. The Sharky Award ceremony is tonight.
It's the Sharkies. I
So
just
excited.
can't wait. I can't believe it's tonight either.
I can't believe it's tonight.
Just a little technical note, Ferg.
A bit of fan trivia.
A little bit of trivia right here is while we all call them the Sharkies,
Of
Ferg,
course.
while that's the colloquial term for them,
Yeah.
they're actually called the Official Shark Cinema Awards.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I think I did know that.
So I guess if you just use the first letter of each one of those words,
Yeah.
you could, I suppose you could call it the Oscars.
Yeah, so that would be the technical. So just bear in mind, listeners, there's both those names,
Yeah.
Sharkies and the Oscars.
Yeah.
We may end up using both those interchangeably.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the point is, when you hear us, Jack and Ferg, talking about the Sharkies in this episode,
We're talking about the Oscars.
we just mean the Oscars. We call them the Sharkies, but it's just the Oscars with a different name. But first, of course, at the start of this podcast, we're going to have a little bit of banter, a little bit of preamble.
Oh, right. As
about
usual.
our lives. Remember, we could be
Just,
doing it every episode now.
Just to fill in.
Just to stretch out the podcast.
Okay, well, as listeners probably know, it's been an exciting few weeks for me.
Of course.
So, my investigations that have been happening in the laundrette.
Yep.
And I've been having people come in. They've been flocking in. They've been telling me their problems.
Yeah.
And I've been deciding which cases to take.
So, any interesting cases?
Well, Ferg, I've actually ended up rejecting all of them.
Oh, why's that?
Well, all of these people, they keep coming in. They keep being like, Jack, you run a Sharkman podcast. I have some problems with Sharkman Studios.
Oh.
I know.
Nasty people.
Nasty people.
Bad people.
Yeah, it just shows what you get. The moment you open something up to the public, they ruin it.
Did any of them give you their contact details or address or anything?
All of them.
Can I have
I have a big ledger of them
Can
here.
I have it?
Oh, do you just want to do... Are you just going to keep that then?
I'm just going to have the address of these people.
All right.
When people say...
Bad things about Sharkman Studios, it gets
gets to me. It gets to me. And
does.
I'm not saying I'm going to do anything,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
nice to have their addresses.
Yeah, good. Now, Ferg, what about you? I've just told you no facts about my life, really. I didn't really come up with anything there.
Yeah.
What about you?
I ate an egg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was it was quite. I didn't like it much. It was very like gloopy and liquidy, and the shell was. Yeah.
You need to cook stuff, Ferg. You actually need to cook it before you eat it.
But okay.
I know it takes time
Yeah.
away from Sharkman, but just listen to a Sharkman podcast or something and cook that egg.
But my hands could be writing on a Sharkman blog at the same time.
Oh, Ferg, come on. Can we get off the preamble? I
Yeah.
really want to talk about the Oscars. Sorry, the Sharkies.
The Sharkies, the Oscars, it's all the same thing.
Ferg, can we just do a little mini history of the Oscars, the Sharkies?
Yeah, here it is.
So, this is a festival to award some of the best Sharkman films a lovely little statue.
Yeah, so
And-
of course every year Sharkman Studios releases hundreds of films that are in the Sharkman universe.
And you all know all this, but that could be a mainline Sharkman film
Like
where our
Sharkman
main
9.
boy Sharkman throws sharks at people in his one good hand because
Yep.
the other one was bitten off by a radioactive shark.
Yep.
I know you all know that, but I just love
Yeah.
saying that idea about him because it's so clever.
It's so good.
So it could be that.
Or it could be one of the Dr. Dinosaur films.
Yeah.
One of the Boudica series films.
Yeah, it could be one of the little Racing Rabbits films where they drive their little cars and they all cross over and they're all in the same world.
Yeah.
And what's been so good about those films is they're all the original content, but there's also all this stuff that Sharkman Studios acquired and just whacked on in the universe.
Of course.
So you've got Thelma and Louise, you've got...
Santa Claus films.
And you've also, obviously, got the news.
And of course, most years they put out a couple Churchill biopics.
Yeah. So, guys, I think it's important to remember that the Sharkies, they're a time-honoured tradition. So, obviously, in 2012, the first Sharkman film came out.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't get very many good reviews. It didn't get many people into the cinema. It was
A different, horrible time.
It was a dark age. But the Sharkman Studio CEO, he knew that this film was good. He knew that this film was going to
Absolutely.
change lives.
Yeah.
And so in 2012,
Yeah.
at the inaugural Sharkies,
Yeah.
what he did is he got a load of stray dogs
Yeah.
and he welcomed them all into his garage and he gave them little aperitifs. He gave them some Doritos. He
Yeah.
gave them some little cheese on little
Yeah.
stickies.
And then he gave himself an award
For best film.
Well, he gave himself plenty of awards, actually, many of the awards that we still have today. Best film, best leading actor,
Yeah.
best action sequence, best funny little joke in a script. And so all these awards,
Yeah.
of course, we've got even more now, but a few of these awards he awarded to himself as the producer of Sharkman.
In 2013, when Sharkman 2 came out, when Sharkman 2 went global, when the franchise got really big,
Yep.
it obviously moved from the garage. The garage in 2012, that was bursting at the seams, really.
Yeah.
Frankly.
I
And
mean, there
there were
was
so
too
many stray dogs. There were so many stray dogs in there. So then the next year, obviously everything went global, and suddenly you had people as well as stray dogs wanting to come.
Yes.
So what they did, they had to go to the Royal Albert Hall, and they said, look, Royal Albert Hall, we've got so many stray dogs. We're also going to have loads of people coming
Yep.
in. Can you hold it? Can we
have the Sharkies in the Royal Albert Hall?
And you know what they said? They said yes.
But the problem was,
Yeah.
with the Royal Albert Hall, is that it's shit. That it sucks. It's bad.
Yeah.
So they knocked it down.
And they built a gigantic shark house.
So it's a big arena.
Yeah.
Hall,
Shaped like a shark.
and it's in the shape of a shark.
So they built this giant shark house for the second annual Sharkman Awards, the Sharkies, the Oscars. And now what they do is every year, more people want to come.
Yep.
More stray dogs are in the building.
Still got all the stray dogs.
So what they do is they build an extra shark for every year. Ferg, if you just want to take a look outside, if you're ever wondering what year of the Sharkies we're on, just take a look out the window, Ferg. Out the little top window in the laundrette. Just climb up on there and have a look. Now tell me how many sharks.
7 sharks, Jack.
Yes, Ferg, exactly. So how many years of Sharkman Studios awards have we had?
Well, Jack, given that the first one took place in a garage, this means it's the 8th Sharkies, the official Shark Cinema Award Oscars.
Da-da-da-da.
There,
Can't
that's the theme,
wait.
that's the theme music.
I can't wait. I wonder what's going to win, Ferg. What are you up to, Ferg?
Not much, just working on bits and pieces.
You do seem to be screwing something in electrical over there.
Yeah, this is just a bit, some bits of metal and some...
You've got loads of gizmos around you.
Yeah, just a few gizmos, just working on some gizmos.
What are they for?
Just for some stuff around the house to help me pick things up. Some...
Oh, are you finally learning how to clear up in the house? Are you trying to clean your house now?
Yeah, just some DIY. Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
so proud of you that you're cleaning your house finally. It's a pigsty, Ferg. It's
Yes.
absolutely rank.
That's what all this stuff is for, and thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of me. So, listeners, why don't you tweet in at Sharkman Podcast and tell us what your plans are for tonight?
For your big Sharkies evening!
Are you going to have some friends round? Are you going to watch it on your own? Are you watching it with your family?
Yeah, are you going to watch it at one of the big screenings that happens all around town?
Are you having a fun Sharkman meal in front of the TV?
Are you going to light something on fire and stare at it and try and see the Oscars in that?
Believe me, listeners, it doesn't work. Tell us all your plans, anything fun, anything exciting, anything boring. Tell us literally anything, any content.
Because we would love to know. Because we need to know, and then we can tell other people what you said
just
on the
mindless
podcast.
Drivel.
And we'll just put it
Tweet
out
it
there,
at
and we're
us.
just gonna keep saying it.
Tweet it at us.
And we're just gonna
Tweet
give
it at
everyone
us.
information.
Tweet it
and
at
it's
us.
never gonna finish. Honestly, Ferg, I am so excited for tonight. So, listeners, you know how Ferg and I, we went to the milkshake bar once on a big Sharkman meetup, friends.
Yeah.
And we made all these friends, and they were Ferg's friends, but they became my friends really quickly. And then what they did is they crowned me king after we had a big fight.
Yep.
And so now I'm getting on the WhatsApp group. I'm telling all of them to come round, and we're going to be watching the Sharkies with big buckets of popcorn, with loads of milkshakes. We're just going to be guessing what's going to happen. We're going to be having chats, having bants, having laughs. And it'll be great, Ferg, because there are some people that I haven't seen in like a whole week. So I haven't seen Y2K Janice in a week. I haven't seen Freddie from the cinema. And we're just going to have loads of fun, and everyone's going to laugh at my jokes, and we're going to have a lovely time.
Great. Yeah, that sounds really good. I've not been invited.
Yeah, but we've talked about that before.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm just mentioning that I've...
Okay,
that I've
well,
not
there was a
been
bit of a
invited.
tone, but...
There was no tone.
It's not me. It's... Just because I'm king doesn't mean that I can do whatever I like, Because basically, they're all sort of saying, oh, well, look, we had Ferg at the last thing, And last time, Ferg just ended up standing in front of the telly and quoting the whole film at everyone instead of letting them watch it. Just verbatim, line by line.
It's
word
called
by word.
enjoying a film.
And they just said, look, this time, can we just not have Ferg for once? And,
Are you saying they don't like me?
well, I'm just saying, if I let you come, there might be a rebellion on my hands. And we know that that's difficult.
Anyway, we've talked about this before. It's all fine. I
have,
get it,
we have.
and it's fine, and I get it, and it's
Yeah.
okay, and I don't mind, and it doesn't upset me, and it's fine.
I'm glad. So what are you doing?
Well, obviously it's a shame I won't be at your party, Jack.
It is a shame.
Your
And
watching
again,
party.
it's not me.
But luckily, I've got an invite to the ceremony itself. So
What?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I just got an invite.
Wait, what?
Just got an invite to the Sharkies ceremony.
You have a
the
ticket.
Oscars.
You have a ticket to the Oscars. Mm-hmm. No.
Well, I mean,
No, that is not true. I refuse to believe that. They are so difficult to get.
well, Jack,
Big famous actors have literally had to sell their hand as memorabilia to get enough money to get a ticket. I don't believe that you have got a ticket.
Well, listeners, as you know, the podcasters got really successful lately. It's currently pretty much the biggest podcast about Sharkman that there is on the internet.
Yeah, but podcasters don't get invited to
Well,
the Sharkies. They
we-
don't get invited to the Sharkies.
Well, I have been, Jack, and it's a shame that you weren't, but they only had room for one representative from the podcasting community to be at the Sharkies, and obviously I'm more of a mover, more of a shaker, more of any other sort of nouns.
Oh,
but
that's so cool for.
well, no, but Jack, you've got your cool
it's
party.
really cool.
You've got your cool watch party
I'm
with
saying
your
it's good.
friends.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm saying it's good. I'm not jealous. That's so amazing.
Yeah, well,
Well done.
I do a lot of hard work on this podcast, and sometimes hard work pays off.
Can I pat you on the back, Ferg?
One pat. Ugh.
So
Really hard pat.
Did that hurt? It was more of a slap. I didn't mean it.
Like a thump.
Yeah.
Closed fist. Oh.
Sorry. Ow, really hurt my fist there.
I just need a moment.
Ow.
Oh,
I think I've just.
God.
I think I popped out. Is that out of? Is my little finger out of?
It shouldn't look like that. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I'll be.
I just can't believe that. But well done.
Well, it's true. It's true, and it's happening.
So that's amazing. So the thing I was doing that you were jealous about.
Yeah.
Now it's just the tables have totally turned.
Absolutely.
And I'd say I'm quite jealous about what you're doing.
Quite interesting drama there.
Good bit of drama.
Sorry, Jack. Can you just pass me that big bit of canvas over there with the ropes around it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry, just for one of my gizmos.
One of those gizmos.
Yeah.
They are fascinating. I just can't tell what they're for.
Yeah, well.
Ferg, I'd say you've let me find the energy again because I think you've totally kicked that all out of me with saying that. But
Let's move on.
I'm still excited. I still love the Sharkman films. I'm still excited for the Sharkies. I still don't know who's going to win. Okay, I found it again, Ferg. I am back.
Here we
and
go.
I am ready.
We're back.
Okay, cool. Wow.
So,
I'm so uncertain. Who's going to win? What's going to win?
and so our next section is our predictions for the evening.
Predictions.
Who's going to win? Who we want to win? What's going on? Now, let me tell you, Jack, one thing I really like about the Sharkies, about the Oscars, about these awards, is that it gives us answers. Jack, it gives us answers about which films are the best and which elements of which films are better than other ones definitively. A lot of people, Jack, they're interested in science, they're interested in maths, all this stuff. But the reason I like films and cinema, Jack, is because it's objective.
Yeah.
It's not something.
No, there's no dispute about things. There's no theories. There's no grey areas.
Exactly. It's something where you can sit down and you can say objectively, these things are the best. These things are better than those other things. And that's why I love cinema. And that's, for me, the Sharkies is the absolute pinnacle of that.
Absolutely. So, I mean, if we take a first look and we just look at Best Picture, let's just dive right in.
Let's do it.
The thing with Best Picture, Ferg, is obviously every single film that came out in the last year is nominated.
Yes. I mean, they were all good.
They were all nominatable, I would say. And that's why they have been. And that's why that's going to be brilliant for marketing, because on every DVD you get,
None of the films were unnominated.
Nominated for Best Picture at the Sharkies, it'll say. And I just think that's good to get the word out about those films.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that they really expanded that category and literally nominated every single film.
I think it's important that even though Sharkman Studios are the biggest company on earth and almost entirely dominate all media, it's good for these films to get that exposure.
No, you got to get into the grassroots, because if you don't get into the grassroots, how can you grow your apples?
But the question is, of course, what are our predictions? Here's
It's so tricky.
Just Another Sharkman podcast's Sharkies predictions.
Play the sting.
Sharky predictions.
What a lovely sting. Okay, I think, Ferg, I've been thinking hard about this, and this may just be a personal thing.
Yeah.
This may just be something that I enjoyed that no one else liked.
Yeah.
But Flip Flop the Dolphin 2.
Yeah.
Now, that's a kids' film.
Yeah.
And so all kids' films, as we know, there's no images, there's barely any sound. All it is a black dot pulsating on a white screen. Because it's accessible, kids have got to understand it. So you need to dumb it down a bit.
Yeah.
But I just sat there mesmerised. I just think it told such a wonderful story about that dot.
Yeah.
That dot became Flip Flop the Dolphin to me.
Yeah.
That dot became my mum who's kicked me out of my house.
Yeah.
That dot became my inevitable death and the end of everything I know. And I just want to say, I just want to really, personally, I just want to put that forward for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Just want to say, you know what? Genius.
Well, it's interesting that you liked it, Jack.
Yeah,
and that it had a big personal
too,
effect on you, and that you find and you enjoyed it a good film, and that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But it's fucking shit, Jack. It's shit, and you're a moron. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot if you like that film. It's so terrible. It's the worst film I've ever seen. It's a disgrace to filmmaking. It's so bad.
Who says we're not about healthy debate on Just Another Sharkman podcast? There it is, guys. There it is. Me and Ferg, we disagree. I think it was the film of the year, and he thinks I'm stupid.
So my predictions, the film I personally like to see win Best Picture, Jack,
Go on, tell me, Ferg.
is probably Moon King. And the reason I enjoyed that, and the reason I'd like to see that win, is because he's the king of the moon, and it's like but I think the film that's going to win, I don't think Moon King is going to win. I'm afraid.
No.
I think the film that's going to win, and obviously once it wins, we will be able to say, oh, this was the one I wanted to win. This is the good one.
We were wrong about the other film.
If it's the best picture, that means it is the best picture. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think the film that's gonna edge it out.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be between Sharkman 8.
Yes, true. Yeah.
And Sharkman 9.
It's a tricky one, but which one is going to win?
I think it's going to be Sharkman 8.
Ferg, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and your prediction right there, I think it's really likely to be correct. Do you want to know why?
Why is that, Jack?
So I've done a bit of my own digging. I've done a bit of my own research.
Okay.
As the investigative journalist that I am. And I have discovered that actually, each Sharkman mainline film that comes out always wins Best Picture.
Are you sure?
2012, what won?
Well, there's only one film. It was Sharkman.
2013, what won?
Sharkman 2, it was brilliant.
2014, what won?
Oh, Sharkman 3 exceeded all expectations.
Well, exactly, Ferg. And you know what? You look through, and all the way through, you're seeing these Sharkman mainline films win Best Picture. Now, we're in a very interesting situation. This has only happened once before, Ferg, where two Sharkman mainline films have come out in the same year.
Yeah.
Now, this also happened in 2016 with Sharkman 5 and Sharkman 6. Mm-hmm. And you know what they did, Ferg?
They both won.
They both won.
So you're saying that Sharkman 8 and Sharkman 9 are both going to win?
That's my prediction. It's just a prediction. It's just I've looked at the history and I've just made an informed decision.
But then which one is the best?
They're both the best.
No, but which one film is objectively best?
I think we can only assume that you have to watch both, one after the other.
But sorry, listeners, just having a bit of cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. Ferg, let's reset you. I can see
just dunk my head.
So dunk. And now I want you to stare at your left hand, and I want you to say left hand, left hand, left hand. And then I want to stare at your right hand and say right hand, right hand. Very good. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got to make sure I don't think about whatever it was I was thinking about it.
Anyway. Let's move on.
So let's just run through some of the other categories. Who we think is going to win?
Obviously, Ferg, there are 40 to 800 categories, and we just don't know which ones are going to come up this year.
No one's ever counted. So let's pick out one here. Best action sequence.
The bit in Dr. Dinosaur Meets the Pope, where they did a little dance and then punched some little sharks.
Longest rock opera.
Ferg, there are so many contenders for that, I just don't know. Best funny makeup?
Clown Town.
Most sustainable project?
None of them, of course.
That award gets thrown in the bin every night.
It's made of paper.
Every year.
And they throw it in the bin.
And they say, haha, this award's for the bin.
And then, of course, the Sharkman Studios brings forward. It's like a huge cage with chains on it, and he's got the chain like over his shoulder, and he's pulling it forward.
Yeah.
And the cage has got a polar bear in it.
Yeah.
And he opens the door, and the polar bear gets out. It's
He
like,
does.
Finally, I'm free.
Yeah.
And then the CEO kills it with one punch to the head.
What can we say? It's a tradition. It's a tradition, and you can't change traditions.
They did it last year, and now they're doing it a second time. Carrying on with the predictions, what do you think is going to win grittiest reimagining?
Oh, now, Ferg, I know what this is. Dummy the Gum Gum Bear.
That's interesting because obviously the original Dummy the Gum Gum Bear
was
back
for
last year
2-year-olds.
was a classic though, wasn't it?
It was for 2-year-olds, and he lived in a little apple.
And then of course this year,
Yeah. He lives in a dead person's head.
yeah, and he
Is a worm.
and he's covered in blood.
And he controls them like their corpse.
And there's that scene where he does loads of coke
Yeah.
and strangles his wife to death.
Yeah. And it's literally, Coke is just like pouring out of his mouth. He's like frothing with Coke, like sherbet. And he's just stabbing his wife.
It is quite, he strangles her and then he stabs her.
Yeah. It's quite
I think,
horrific.
you know what, Jack, I think, yeah, that was pretty gritty.
Right, so those are our predictions of the main awards.
Yep.
And now I think we should just get into the mood by thinking about what's going to happen on the night.
So,
So all of the celebrities, all the stars,
They're
we don't know any of
all-
their names. They all come
They
along
all-
the blue carpet and they're all wearing masks.
it's blue, right?
Yeah.
Like the sea, like sharks.
And they all walk down. They will walk down the blue carpet in one wide
horizontal
line.
wide line, and they're just walking,
Yeah.
and they are
Through the city.
chanting.
And what they're chanting, it sounds like they're talking in some ancient tongue, but they're just chanting Oscars, Oscars, Oscars. And they have diamond encrusted weaponry, Ferg.
Yeah, and they're just slamming it into the ground.
And they just hack
Just
down.
hacking it-
Yeah, and if
hacking at the
there's a
floor.
pedestrian there, if you're unlucky enough to be there at that moment, you get hacked.
You're gone. So then eventually, this huge horizontal line of nameless celebrities get to the little door.
Yeah.
They get through the little door. We're
Yeah.
a bit fuzzy on what happens there.
Yeah, we don't know. We've
but
never been.
They get through the little door.
Yeah.
I'll find out tonight.
And then, obviously, you're in the bit that everybody sees.
Well, not everyone sees it, of course.
No, obviously.
You'll be watching it on TV tonight, won't you, Jack?
I will be watching it on TV tonight.
But it's pay-per-view, isn't it?
It is pay-per-view. It is £400
Hmm.
per broadcast of the
Yeah.
Sharkies. And so, people were saying, oh, this is unfair.
Right, yeah.
This is too much money.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand why you wouldn't pay that money to see the thing you like.
Because you want to see it.
And you like it.
And that's how much it costs.
Exactly.
That's the free market.
Um,
Anyway, they're in the hall.
Yeah.
They're all sat
Yeah.
at their tables.
Yeah.
At this point, of course, out comes the Sharkman Studios CEO.
He rides on in his little tricycle, as usual.
Pops
his
a little wheelie.
Yeah, he does a full-on Tokyo drift and jumps out. Generally,
Last year he did a couple drifts.
he did a couple Tokyo drifts, and then he leaps out and he does some form of acrobatics to arrive at the podium.
And everyone's screaming. They're loving it.
I mean, some people were saying that's a body double and that he's just hidden behind the podium the whole time.
But they're wrong. It's
They're
definitely
totally wrong. So anyway, he does his big acrobatics and he
Yeah.
positions himself so he lands right behind the podium, so you full on don't see him for about 2 seconds.
And you haven't seen his face the whole
And
time.
you haven't seen his face the whole time. And then he comes back out and he's the Sharkman CEO and he's going to give some awards.
And that's what he says. He says, I'm the Sharkman Studios CEO. And tonight we become something more than temporary flesh. Tonight we become forever, eternal. It's the Sharkies. Technically, the official Shark Cinema Awards, or you could refer to as the Oscars. I'm the Sharkman Studios CEO. Hello.
And the stray dogs, Ferg, they've been packed into the best seats into the house,
Yep.
right in the stalls. They all howl.
Yeah.
And they bay for meat. And what does Sharkman Studios CEO do?
He gives them that meat.
He reaches into a big bucket.
Yeah.
He gets all this meat.
Yeah.
And he chucks that meat with both hands, just working at the same time,
Yeah.
right out into the audience.
I'm so excited to see that meat when
It's
I'm
going to
there
be great.
tonight,
And
Jack.
fun fact about that meat, Ferg.
Yeah.
Not many people know this, but you know how they got some live sharks to promote Sharkman mainline films?
Yeah.
So every time a new Sharkman mainline film comes out, they whack a shark in a fish tank in a cinema, in all the cinemas.
Yeah.
And obviously, no filtration system on that tank.
No.
It ingests so much of its own piss and shit
Yeah.
that it absolutely cannot function anymore.
Dies.
It dies. And what they do is they get those sharks back out of that water. Sharkman Studios CEO, he likes to do this personally.
Yeah.
He drives to every single cinema in the country, and he with his big van, and he gets all of this pooey shark, dead shark.
Yep.
And he loads it into the back of his van. He takes it home. He chops it up, and he says, "This is for the dogs."
He says that.
He says that. So he's just chucking out this shark meat at the dogs, Ferg. And then what's happening is that after that's all done, he reads out award after award, the nameless celebrities, they come up, they're masked, they come up, they accept the award, and then a trapdoor opens and they fall through it.
Yeah.
And we don't know where that trapdoor goes.
Yeah.
But presumably to somewhere wonderful.
Yeah, of
presumably to the Oscars after party.
The Sharkies after party, yeah.
They can get a head on prees.
Yeah.
They can just have a bit of a good time when everyone else is sitting there. It's really boring, they're waiting for it to be over and they can start the party. So really, really cool little ceremony. And I'm going to be watching it at home on my telly and you're going to be seeing it, Ferg.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the event. I'm so excited.
You say that, Ferg, but you don't really seem it. I've been talking a lot, but you've just been staring at your little gizmos that you've got all this tech stuff.
Well, I'm just... I'm just...
You're staring at your tech stuff and you seem like a bit worried about that and you're working on that. But now you've got a ticket. This is like perfect. You're always saying we need some exciting content.
Yeah.
Now you can tell us, what the ticket looks like, who you're going to be sat with, how you're going to get there, what you're going to be wearing, all the Oscar-y sort of things. Look, Ferg, what even is in your gizmo bag?
No,
Come on,
nothing. It's just a bunch of... Hey, don't take... Hey,
honest
don't...
Ferg, these are hover boots.
Yeah, it's a hover boots.
Is this a zip line?
Yep.
Why have you got all this infiltration gear?
Okay, yes. I lied. I don't have an invite to the Sharkies. I'm gonna break into the Sharkies.
You're gonna break into the Sharkies?
I'm gonna break into the Sharkies.
Ferg, that's totally illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, well, you know what else is illegal, Jack?
What?
Being a bad friend.
No, it's not. It's definitely not illegal.
Look, give me my bag of stuff.
No,
Give it. Look.
What are you even planning to do?
Look, I'm gonna get in my hover boots.
Right.
And I'm gonna fly up with my zip line. I'm gonna put the zip line on top of a building. I'm gonna shoot across the zip line, and then I'm gonna unclip the zip line. I'm gonna fall down into the blowhole at the top of the shark, at the top of the hole. I'm gonna pencil dive straight through the blowhole.
Blowhole? Ferg, sharks don't have blowholes.
Of course they do. How do
no
you think they
whales
breathe?
have blowholes. Sharks just
so I'm
have
gonna
gills.
go down into the shark, and then I'm gonna land, shoot down straight into a seat.
You're gonna pencil dive through a shark's blowhole into a cinema seat.
Yeah, and no one's gonna, because I've got this stuff, and no one's gonna see me, and it's all planned out, and I'm gonna have a mask on because everyone's masked, and I'm just gonna sit there, and I'm gonna be at the Sharkies, and you're not gonna be at the Sharkies. You're gonna be sat at home paying hundreds of pounds to watch it with your stupid friends, and you can do that. That's great. That's for you. I'm off. I'm going. I'm gonna go do it now.
Ferg, we've got a guest.
You can interview the guest yourself.
Ferg, no,
Look, I don't care.
Oh my god,
I'm
why
going
does
to the Sharkies.
Just be safe, Ferg. Right, let's go to an ad.
Hello there. Would you like to buy some of my little coins?
Hi listeners and welcome back. Now Ferg still isn't here, but I'm really excited to welcome our special guest for the podcast today. Now, if this was a live show, I'd ask you to all put your hands together and give a big round of applause. It's little Arnold, the cleverest boy in the world. As well as his... Sorry, who's this, Arnold?
Oh, hello, firstly. Secondly, this is my daddy.
Oh, sorry, no, we've been over this. I'm not your daddy. I'm just your guard, your chaperone. Basically, it's my job. If he tries to escape, it's my job to kill him.
Daddy, what's killing?
Killing is...
Right, well, little Arnold, now you are the head judge at the Sharkies, and what that means is that you are locked away in a little room all by yourself for your entire life, and you have to judge the films. Now, I wonder, could you just tell us a little bit about how you were selected to become High Judge? I think we'd all be really interested to know that.
Oh, well, it's a funny story, actually.
Is it?
Yes, very funny. So, what happened was I was born one day.
Right.
And then I was lying in the crib, and this little shark thing with wings and like a little wingtail, it came and it flew up to me, and it bit me in the crib, and it bit me, and then it rose up with me in its jaws, flapping its wings away. We flew out through the door of the hospital, and then we flew over this beautiful landscape, over beautiful green hills, and I said, "Oh, aren't those hills beautiful?" And then the shark said, "Oh, yes, they are. What a beautiful judgment that is, little Arnold. What a wonderful judgment that is. You're a true genius, you are." And then when he said that, I fell out of his mouth, because you can't say things with a shut mouth. And then he swooped down and he caught me before I hit the ground, and he flew and he took me to the Sharkman house, which is just a massive shark, looked quite like him but without the wings. And then he plonked me down on the floor, and that's where I've been to this day.
Wow, little Arnold, that's just absolutely incredible. And you know what? Me and Ferg were always wondering what happened to those shark drones when they sent them out in 2013. And it turns out they must have been on the hunt for clever babies. And when they bit you, I bet they tested your blood to check just how clever you were.
Daddy, what's blood?
Look, basically, blood's a special juice.
Oh, can I drink some?
Right, sorry. This is all about our little Arnold. I want to know about how he judges the. Sorry,
I'll let you get on with it. Is
it all right? Can you just?
Yeah, I'll just go sit in the corner with my cup of soup.
Thanks very, very much. Now, little Arnold, tell us a little bit more about your life. I think all of the listeners would love to know what you get up to in the shark building and just how you pick those films. So
So what I do is I sit in my room and I watch screens all day, all 97 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see something on the screen that I like, I point at it and I go, "Daddy, that's beautiful, that is."
That's amazing. So that's your entire selection process.
Yeah.
You just watch the screens and you point at the thing you like and you say you like it. Now that is just totally brilliant. Now, little Arnold, we put out that we were going to be interviewing you today, and we've got some tweets coming in. And So tweets are other people in the world, and they want to ask you questions just like I'm asking you questions now.
Oh, like Blogspot.
Exactly like Blogspot. Now, they're just wanting to know, what's your life like? What's your routine like in the bubble, especially when you're not allowed to leave? One person's asking, for example, what do you eat?
Oh, funny story behind that. So, every day when I point at the screen and say, "Daddy, that's beautiful," you know what happens? The next day, they come in with what was on that screen when I pointed at it, turned into a powder. And that powder I eat, and it goes into my belly, and it's the tastiest powder I've ever eaten.
Sorry, wait. So are you saying that you think that when you judge the awards, you think what happens is that then what you've pointed at gets turned into a powder for you to eat?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Okay, so actually, what actually happens with Arnold is that the things you choose, they're converted into awards and they're presented to actors and filmmakers in front of millions and billions of people all across the world, watching on their tellies, watching in VR. Are you telling me that you're not actually aware what you are doing in that bubble?
Yes, I'm choosing my dinner for tomorrow.
You're not choosing your dinner, you're choosing the Oscars.
Daddy, why is this man telling me lies?
Don't worry about it. Don't listen to him.
I'm not telling you lies, I'm telling you the truth.
What? What's true about what you've said?
We live in a world where the brilliant films are made, which you've obviously seen, but there's a whole community of people that love these films, and they share these films, and they want to know which film is the best.
And then they point at them and say, "That is a beautiful image."
No, little Arnold, I think that they wait for you to point at them.
Do they?
The whole world is watching you, little Arnold, all the time. I mean, Ferg was saying this before he left, but there's so much responsibility on the objective truths of these awards, and it's all down to you, little Arnold. Do you not understand the gravity of what you're doing?
Wow. This means I'm practically a god.
Yes, you are, little Arnold, and I think if you left your bubble, you could visit so many places in the world. I think you'd be treated like a shaman, like a high priest.
Wow.
Think of the places you could go, little Arnold. You could go to Egypt and see the Sharkman cinema there. You could go to the Antarctic and meet a polar bear and go to the Sharkman cinema there.
Could I be in the screen?
You could be in a Sharkman film, little Arnold. Yes, you could. Why don't you grab that? Why don't you reach out and grab it?
Wow. I could be a beautiful little boy.
You could live in the world and have friends and go to the cinema.
And someone could point at me and say, yes, you are beautiful.
Yes, they could, little Arnold. Yes, they could.
Oh, Daddy,
What? What is it?
I'm going to go now.
No, you can't go. Sorry, mate.
What do you mean?
You're not allowed to go. You got to judge the films.
Well, I've made up my mind. It's too late. I'm going. I want to be pointed at.
No, come back. No, you're not.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry, can you stop? Guys, please, could you just stop? It's only the Oscars. It's only the Oscars. There's no point fighting over it. Is it? Oh my God. Little Arnold. I thought that you would have killed... I thought that as the cleverest boy in the world, you would have killed him in quite a clever way, but you didn't. You just hit him in the face. Again and again. Until he died.
That might have been what it looked like, but he was dead before I hit him.
How did you kill him, little Arnold?
I looked him in the eye, and I thought, you are not beautiful.
Well, that's beautiful, little Arnold. That is beautiful, and you are beautiful. There's a dead man on the floor in the laundrette now, and okay, little Arnold's gone, listeners. He's just disappeared. I don't know. I don't know what to do. At least we have this audio recording, so people know I didn't do it. But I'm gonna touch it now. Oh no, he's definitely dead. Ferg, you're back. That's early. The Sharkies haven't even started yet.
Yeah,
More importantly,
I
what do I
know.
do with this dead man on the floor?
Just cover him up with a jumper.
Okay. Whoa, that makes you feel so much better not being able to see their face.
It really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So yeah, done the interview. Little Arnold escaped. And,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you missed loads, and he killed his chaperone.
Oh.
So that's what,
That's-
and we'll dispose of that. We've got the digging sorted. We're good at digging, so that'll be
Great at digging.
sure that'll be okay. Just don't want anyone to think we did it.
No.
You know?
Well, I assume it was recording and...
Yeah, it's recording, so just give
We'll be
that
fine.
to the police. It's all right. But because you can really tell what happens in the record.
Yeah. I assume it'll be
really-
really clear.
Yeah, it'll be totally. You
Yeah.
hear the sound. You
Very
hear,
clear.
You hear me going, "I'm not doing this." And
Very clear
Arnold-
storytelling,
Yeah,
as it
yeah,
were.
yeah,
As it
yeah,
were.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
clear
yeah. Very
audio
clear
storytelling.
No, very clear.
Very well edited.
Yeah, very.
As it were.
Yeah, and are you okay? You seem a bit.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What?
Should we do some...
I was
should we
gonna
just have
say,
like the Sharkies?
I was gonna say I'm sorry about shouting at you earlier. Obviously, you got your dream. You do it. If it's illegal, it's got nothing to do with me, does it?
Yeah.
How was it?
So I got there with my hover boots.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to turn my hover boots on.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't charged them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always you in charging things, isn't it?
Yeah, always. So
You've
basically...
got to plug in the USB,
yeah.
and you've got to charge it on that.
Yeah, I just basically... So nothing. So that was the first step of the plan.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to come up with a new plan.
Fine.
So...
But also, sharks don't have blowholes.
yes, they do. So I thought, I've just got to get in. I've got to sneak in by stealth.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's the stealthiest way to how do I need to look? Any clothes are an indicator,
Yeah.
of who I am
Yeah.
and what I need.
And it makes
So-
sound as well. It rubs against each other.
So I stripped off completely.
Right. Okay.
So now I'm completely naked.
Good.
And I realised I saw big bins of rubbish coming in and out of the venue.
Oh, interesting. So they get through a lot of rubbish before the thing even starts.
Yeah, loads of detritus and waste of some sort. And so I saw one of the carts. There's big sort of industrial rubbish carts going past, and I hopped into it.
Yeah.
Fully naked. I'm fully naked. I'm inside.
Yeah,
I'm
you're in the bin.
I'm in the bin.
And you're naked.
Big bin, naked. And they wheeled me into the venue. So now I'm in the venue.
So they're taking rubbish into the venue.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I don't question anything, Jack. You know me.
Okay.
So I'm in the venue. I climb out the rubbish bin.
Yeah. What are you covered in? Just to give the listeners a picture.
I couldn't tell. It was dark.
Okay.
But it was awful. So I'm in the dark, in the back rooms at the venue, and I can hear people outside getting things ready for the ceremony. And I sneak past some guards. I dash, and I do a little backflip over some
Ferg, you can't do backflips. What actually happened?
What I actually did, Jack, was I got on the floor and I just threw myself on the floor and I just slid Like I was on a water slide, Jack. I slid, like, woo!
Right, wow.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, I was very slippery. So I could just slide across the floor.
Why were you slippery?
Because I was covered in poo. I know I was saying I didn't really know what I was covered in, but there was definitely some poo in there.
Right.
And I'm sneaking around, and I'm trying to make my way in the dark, and then I see a light, and I start heading towards the light, and then I end up in a room that is clearly, I realise, the shark meat room, where all the shark meat is stored.
Oh, the shark meat room. I've always wanted to see that.
Yeah, the room where they keep all the shark meat before they throw
Whoa.
it. And because obviously it's so much shark meat, and it's warm, to make sure it keeps, festering and stuff.
Yeah. Ferg, you are the man.
And this room is filled with shark meat.
It's like a wall of shark meat, like a thick wall.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm thinking in terms of geography, I'm pretty sure the ceremony hall is that way. I'll be able to get in.
Great.
And my plan is I'm going to get in, I'm going to go and I'm going to like get under a table or something for the ceremony. So I start, I reach my hand into the shark meat and I start putting myself through the shark meat. But what I don't realise is it's so deep. It's so deep and so thick.
Okay.
It's like this huge cube of shark meat.
Just thick shark meat.
And so I start putting through, but at some point I don't know which way up or down is. I don't know which way I've come from, what left or right is. I'm just naked, and I'm covered in filth and garbage and poo, and I'm amongst just shark meat, and it's like bits of like slabs of it and cuts of it and little strands, grisly strands.
Great.
And I'm loving it, Jack.
Great.
And I can't breathe properly, and I'm loving it. And I'm going through the shark meat, and I'm like, I am going to be at the ceremony.
That's so cool.
It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I'm putting my way through the shark meat, and I don't know what happened because, like I said, I didn't know what direction anything was, and time sort of stopped functioning for me properly. So kind of felt.
You have no markers of time
exactly.
passing.
Kind of felt like a moment. Kind of felt like eternity. But eventually, I came out on the other side of the shark,
like a newborn babe.
Like a newborn babe. I think I am a different person now. So in many ways, you're right.
Yeah.
I emerged from the shark meat. And I've made it. I'm in the ceremony hall.
Brilliant.
And there's no one's around.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, brilliant. They're just getting ready. I can hide under a table or something, and then I can just be here for the ceremony.
This is some exclusive content right there, Ferg.
But then I realise it looks just like it's the ceremony hall.
Yeah.
But it's not the ceremony hall. It's one of the old ceremony halls. You know how they build a new shark each year? It's one of the. I must have somehow gone down, and I'm in one of the old ceremony halls. All the guests are there already. They're all sat at the tables. There's someone on stage accepting an award.
Yeah.
But they're all skeletons. And they're all sat up in their chairs. And I start to hear things. Maybe it's a vision.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hallucinations because I was in the shark meat and I couldn't breathe properly and I've been deprived of oxygen and I've been covered in filth. I don't know which. But I start to hear things. And I hear people laughing at the jokes. I hear the stray dogs barking. I hear the Sharkman CEO announcing awards.
Yeah.
And the people are cheering and clapping.
Yeah.
And I hear all these sounds and it's wonderful and it's like I'm there.
Yeah.
It's like I'm there in the past and it's like I'm there in the future at tonight's Sharkies. And then I reach out to shake hands with one of the skeletons, but as I touch it, it crumbles into dust, and all the sounds around me swirling around start turning into screams, blood-curdling screams, and all the skeletons, they all start crumbling, and they all start turning to dust, and the dust is swirling through the air like a blizzard, and I can't see anymore. I can't see, I can't smell, I can't hear. I just hear the screams, and at this point, Jack, and this is really cool actually.
Yeah.
I see 1,000 futures and 1,000,000 pasts, each more vivid than the last. And I see the vast expanse of the universe. And I see, actually, Jack, and this is really cool, the vast expanse of time. And I realise that none of this means anything, that all human experience is ephemeral, and that the universe is so much vastly more complex than we could ever have thought of. And the idea of putting on an awards show is just completely ridiculous. And the idea of saying this thing is the best picture, this thing is the best that,
right.
It just doesn't make any sense. And that's just not how we should view the world or art at all. And it's all just money, and it's all just a way of people controlling things and controlling narratives and how we think about things, and we put things in boxes, and that's all we spend our time doing, and it's completely ridiculous, and we're all going to die, and that Sharkman Studios itself is an empire built out of sand, and one day that empire will be blown away into the wind. And then I think, no, None of that's true.
Phew.
That's completely ridiculous.
You
I don't know what I was
scared me
thinking.
there, Ferg. I couldn't even really understand what you were saying.
Me neither, because I realised, Jack, all these weird things I'm saying, all these weird things I'm thinking.
They were pretty weird.
I don't actually hate award shows.
Yeah.
I don't actually think award shows are pointless. I don't actually think Sharkman Studios is not forever. I'm just upset.
Why are you upset, Ferg?
Because my friend didn't invite me to his thing, and that's okay. And I got angry with him, and that's all that's happening. I'm just angry. So what I've done, listeners, is I've tricked myself into thinking I want to be at the ceremony with all these stars, and that's what's cool. But that's not what's cool. What's cool is sitting at home, paying an extortionate amount of money to watch it on pay-per-view, and watching the ceremony with your friends, and talking about the awards with your friends, and who's going to win, and what your favourite was. And that's what movies about.
Oh, Ferg, I think you're right. I think I probably was wrong to say you can't come round.
Really?
I want you there, and just because my other friends don't want you there, doesn't mean that I can't ignore what they think and invite you.
Really?
Yes. Would you like to come to Y2K Janice's house, get some popcorn, get some milkshakes, and watch the Sharkies?
The Oscars.
Or the Oscars.
Yeah, Jack. I'd really like that. Thanks.
I'd like that too.
And you know what, Jack?
What?
I've got an award for you.
Really?
It's a Best Friend Award.
Oh
Here
my
it is.
God, thank you so much.
It's an actual Sharky. I
This is
stole
the
it
real
from backstage.
Sharky?
Yep.
You stole it?
Yep, and I scratched out the thing and I wrote Best Friend. And I got one for me too.
Wow.
Sharky each.
Aren't they going to realise they're missing?
Oh no, it's that one's best cinematography and this one's best editing, so no one's gonna give a shit. They won't even notice.
Yeah.
This has been Just Another Sharkman podcast, starring Jack Bradfield as Jack, Fergus Macdonald as Fergus, and Will Spence as Little Arnold, the cleverest boy in the world. Music and editing by Fergus Macdonald. Artwork by Niamh Simpson. Tune in again for more Sharkman news tomorrow. And the day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that.